So that's looking at such things such as general economic conditions and expectations, political events and the political climate, industry and company outlooks. So you guys, I've done something like that for one of your internals. I'm not sure how NCH changed since I've done it. So the next thing to look at, so the qualitative characteristics. So the characteristics that help to identify the types of information that are likely to be most useful to users for making decisions about the reporting entity on the basis of financial information. So you've got two different categories. You've got the fundamental characteristics and you've got the enhancing characteristics. So Corporate here is just going to go through the fundamental ones. So that's the relevance and factual representation, and then go through the enhancing ones, which is comparability, verifiability, timeliness, and understandability.
First we're going to go through relevance. So there's a couple of main points through relevance, and the same thing page 13. The first part of relevance is a predictive value. So looking at I would kind of get to be used as an input to processes which are employed by users to predict future outcomes. So information in your financial statements is going to help you make predictions about future things that are happening in the company. And then, not necessarily on the flip side, but another part of it is also the confirmatory value that's carried on down. Another pilot up at the bottom, QC10. They're interrelated because information that has predictive value often also has confirmatory value. For example, revenue information for the current year, which can be used as the basis for predicting revenues in the future years, can also be compared with revenue predictions for the current year that were made in the past years. So basically, you can use it to predict things that can happen in the future and then also in the past, based on the revenues that are happening in the current year. So it has those two sides to it. And then also materiality, which goes QC11. So this information here is material that missing it or misstating it could influence decisions that users make on the basis of financial information about a specific reporting entity. So an entity specific based on nature, magnitude, or both. So these are all part of the relevance qualitative characteristics. An example would be, say most of you know about historical costs and the things that go into how you calculate historical costs. But depending on how long ago that happened, it may not be so relevant at this time. But the financial statements need to have that qualitative characteristic of relevance in order to meet the New Zealand framework. The next one is faithful representation. So look at QC13. So all the necessary information for the user to understand the phenomenon. So, and this really goes into, accounting is pretty simple. There's no sort of trick words in it. Faithful representation really means what it is. So all that information has to be complete. Secondly, it has to be neutral. So when we talk about neutral, that's talking about without bias. So sometimes, the preparer of the financial statements may be tempted to put something in there that has a conflict of interest for themselves. That's not following the New Zealand framework, that's not following according to corporate accounting standards. So it needs to be without bias, not slanted, weighted, emphasised, de-emphasised, or otherwise manipulated. And the last part of it is free from error. So there needs to be no errors or omissions in the description of the phenomenon, and the process used to produce the reported information has been selected and applied with no errors in the process. Now, one thing with this though is that because a lot of accounting is based on estimates, it's not going to necessarily be completely accurate in every way, but as much as possible, you want to try and make sure that it's free of errors and free of omissions. Then we go to the enhancing qualitative characteristics. So those are comparability, verifiability, timeliness, and understandability. So again, pretty much straightforward, and you can understand it just from the word. The information that I report into is more useful if it representation. So these enhancing qualitative characteristics just build on these two qualitative characteristics. Right. So the next one, verifiability. So yeah, from QC26 to 28. It helps assure users that information correctly represents economic phenomena. So just in QC27, it's got here, the verification can be direct or indirect. Direct verification means verifying an amount or other representation through direct observation. Indirect verification means checking the input from model, formula, or other technique and recalculating the output using the same methodology. It's a little bit complex, but basically there's two main ways of obtaining verifiability. Next one, timeliness. Having information available to decision makers in time to be capable of influencing their decisions. So in most financial statements, by the time that it's actually been authorised to be issued, there's a number of months that have already occurred. So up to the point when they've finished preparing those statements, part of the New Zealand framework is that they prepare it in a way that allows users to make the best decisions based on that time. So old information is less useful. And that's sort of going on to that sort of historical aspect again. And then lastly, understandability. So classifying, characterizing, and presenting information clearly and concisely makes it understandable. So there's some things that's really, really complex. It's very difficult to make it easy to understand. But if you were to leave some of that complex stuff out of your financial statements and the reporting, then it would distort that image, so you need to keep it in anyway. But as much as possible, make it understandable so a user looking at it can say, I'll make this decision based on this information. And so users may need to seek the aid of an advisor to understand information about some of these complex economic phenomena. And so now